Hello everyone, thank you for joining me on this episode of JM Plays Badly. On today's episode, we're playing Stardew Valley. We're going to watch the intro, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play on the standard farm, even though there's a lot of other farms to choose from. I turned on some extra settings, but we're going to get right into it. And like I said, we're going to watch the intro just because there's some cool introductions and backstory. So let's get right to it. So your grandpa gave you a sealed letter, and some years later, you are working for Jojo. And, I've always said that if this was a traditional, RPG and not a farm sim RPG, Jojo would definitely be the bad guys. They would definitely be the company that is out to rule the entire world. So, apparently the time has come though, because we are ready to open Grandpa's sealed letter. So, we have become disillusioned with the day-to-day life of modern living, and now we are on our way to Stardew Valley. The first villager we meet is Robin. Nice little intro, gives you some background, lets you know, about the farm. You get to see some of the interaction between the different villagers. Well, at least Lewis and Robin. anything I want to sell, I can throw in here, and he'll take it. He'll take it, and I can get paid for it overnight. So now it does show up, like, it shows you the keys for using both, like, but I can use the I can either use the mouse and keyboard, or I can use a controller. What I'm going to use is the controller, though. And then I can also use the little cursor, though, to go up and look at my journal here. So the journal has two things. It has getting started, which is, you know, cultivate and harvest the parsnips that I was given, and then the other one is introductions, which is to greet 28 people in town. You can't greet everybody right away. So we're going to start by clearing the land here. Now just a heads up. I'm probably going to, you know, like for boring parts like clearing, I'm going to cut out me doing the actual clearing, and then I'll just get back to it. If there's something I want to say, I'll just make sure that I take a moment to say it. So that way I don't make the videos too long with boring stuff. Alright, now that we've got some land cleared, I'm actually going to start planting the parsnips. I've got 15 of them, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 5 across. Alright, then I'm gonna plant and water them, but I'll probably just skip right to the end on that too. Alright, and there we go. Now our parsnip seeds are also planted and watered. Now, there's a lot of this grass around, this tall grass. I actually want to be careful with that. I can't do anything with it right now, but later on I can build a silo. And if I build a silo... Oops, I went in the water. If I build a silo, I can actually turn all this tall grass into feed for my animals, so... What we're going to do today is we're going to head slightly south. We're going to make our way through here. Oops. I need to upgrade the pickaxe to do larger rocks. These small rocks are easy, though. One thing I want to do is I want to get some wood, though. I do want to get I want to get about 10 wood, because there's I'll show it off later on. But nighttime actually comes in this game, and when it does, the farm can get really, really dark. Like it's pitch black, almost pitch black out. So when we get to that point, though, we'll cover that. But right, I'm going to go forage in the southern part here. So I'll trim the video as necessary. Let's put it that way. And one of the villagers we can talk to, a little kid. Her name is Jazz. Jazz. She doesn't have much to say to us. Here's a wild horseradish. That's good for a little extra cash. Dandelions and more wild horseradish if we can get to it. There we go. Alright, so this little house is kind of cool. Later on, you can actually buy hats here from a mouse salesman. We got some more dandelions here. So early game foraging is actually like one of the best ways to get money. You know, once you can get more, you know, obviously. Here we go. These are cool too. There are actually spring onions. Later, no, this is just gross, but later on, you can get a key to go into the sewer here, and then once you do it from this end, you can actually explore the sewers a little bit. But that's much later in the game when you find the rusty key. I think it is, to get in there. Here's another villager we can talk to. Now we're going to take a pit stop here at Marnie's farm. Introduce ourselves to Marnie. Down to the beach. There's some foraging we can do down there. No, actually, we can't do any foraging. I'm gonna fill up. I'm gonna head back to the farm then. I might as well introduce myself to some people around here, though. So we've got Jody, and this is Caroline. And then over here we've got. Wait, there we go. Vincent. We have the doctor, Harvey. Like I said, though, it's hard to. There goes Emily. This one with the blue hair is Emily. And this is Evelyn. Everybody's the community grandma. See, she tells everybody to call her Granny. And this is Meru. I like Meru. This one over here is Penny. Penny doesn't have much to say. This is Alex. So over here we can see the calendar. Printed out on the front of Pierre's shop. There's also a help board that'll give you little quests to do. This is Leia, or Lee. This is the man himself, Pierre, which actually. So there we go. So I wish there was an easier way to get down to the menu, but you guys like scroll all the way down to go down here. But I can sell stuff directly to him, so I can sell this wild horseradish, my 4 dandelions, and the spring onions that I got. I don't have to wait. And then what I can do, I'm gonna get 4 potatoes, because potatoes are good. They take 6 days, which is nice, and they actually have a chance to. Like when you pick them up, there's actually a chance that you get more than one. Okay, Abigail is actually not in her room, so she might be around someplace. I might be able to meet her. Oh, here she comes. That's funny. Oh, this is Sam. Evelyn's house and her husband. Over here, he's wheelchair bound, George. He'll eventually warm up to you, but yeah, he's wheelchair bound. Actually, now that I have room, I can take this daffodil with me. Alright. We're gonna start, there's a couple other things we can do. We're gonna start wandering around. This is kind of a nice little area if you need to do stuff. So basically, you can break the rock at the front and then just, cut it all. Cut all this down. There we go. I got one thing useful. So mixed seeds. While we're wandering around, before I go in here, mixed seeds are good to keep an eye on. Mixed seeds can actually be anything that you can forage during the season. You know, and sometimes they can also be the seeds that you just, you know, can grow. Oh, okay, it's locked right now. So this is the Pelican Town Community Center. There's actually a game-wide side quest to restore it, or you can not restore it and side with the bad guys. Let me see if I can go in here and meet people. Yep. This is Demetrius. And we've already met Miro and Robin. Robin is the carpenter. We met her the first day. Somebody else lives down here. Oh yeah, Sebastian. But I don't think I've met Sebastian yet. It's starting to get dark out. Okay. Probably think about heading back then. And here we have Linus. He's kind of a he's kind of a mountain hermit. Later on we can go that way. There's something up there later. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna plant my potatoes. Now you see how dark it's getting? This is what I was talking about earlier. If it I don't think it gets much darker than this, but it, you know, being this dark is actually more of a hindrance than a help. So what I usually do, one of the very first things I try to do, is I make one of these. And I usually try to put it like someplace so it's not in the way, but it can illuminate. So what a campfire does, allows you to see better. Now, I turned it on, but apparently there's none here right now. But occasionally, I actually at night can have monsters appear on my farm at night. I did turn that feature on, but right now there's none here, which is good because the only thing I have to attack them with is the sickle anyway. But okay, well, we're gonna head in. So, oh, actually, we're gonna go back out. We're gonna head over here because we do have some stuff we can put in here to make some money. And actually, because this is easy to come by, although I do want to make another campfire, so maybe I'll hold off. Alright. When you go to bed at night, if you didn't, you'll get this screen, which will show you what you did. So I made 30 gold for the flowers, but I already made some of the money by selling the stuff directly. So, there you go. Day 2. Alright. And we got a letter. Our campfire is still going. I'm going to just put that out quick. Right. There you go. Well, that about does it for today's episode. If this is your first time here, hit those subscribe and notification buttons so you can stay up to date on everything I'm working on. You can also support the channel on Patreon. There is a link to that in the description below. There is also a link to my Twitch channel so you can be notified when I'm streaming. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next episode.